What's up guys? Voodoo back to bring you another 420 gaming build. Summer is here, I'm burnt like a lobster, and sand is in every single thing I own. It's everywhere. I hope you guys are enjoying a little fun in the sun, but I think I'm ready for some industrial air conditioning and the cool soft glow of a 144Hz monitor. Anyway, the budget gaming community is really buzzing with the release of the RX 480, so this is not the best time to build a budget rig, but let's give it a go. While it will be difficult to fit a $250 card like the 480 into a 420 budget system, it still makes a great upgrade for this build if you want to pick one up a little further down the line, so keep that in mind. If you can hold out, wait a little while, because amazing priced performance releases are in the near future, and prices on older hardware are going to drop accordingly. We might even see some yo-yoing until things stabilize, and you can pick up some great deals amidst the chaos. Anyway, let's get right to the good stuff. Let's start off with an AMD FX 6300. This socket AM3 Plus hexa-core processor operates at 3.5 GHz base and 4.1 GHz turbo. It's built on the Viscera 32nm architecture and features 6 cores, 14 MB of cache, and a 95-watt TDP. With DirectX 12 gaming, older multi-core CPUs such as this are still relevant, and this is simply a powerhouse of price to performance. It's also a great overclocker, easily reaching 4.5 GHz and features nearly the same IPC as its bigger brothers, the 8350 and 8370, a bargain at $98. Now, to keep our hexa-core running cool, we need to step it up a bit from the stock AMD heatsink. Let's go with a Cooler Master Hyper T4. Think of this thing as the cooler cousin of the mega popular Hyper 212. It's a bit shorter at about 6 inches in height and features a PWM controlled 120mm 31.6 decibel 1800 RPM rifle bearing fan pushing around 70 cubic feet of air per minute. With its quad 8mm direct copper heat pipes and an all aluminum fin array, it offers very similar cooling performance to the Evo 212 and allows a bit more room for overclocking our power hungry AMD chipset. It also has quick snap fan brackets for easy removal and cleaning. For $15, it's a no-brainer. For our motherboard, I've selected an ASRock 970M Pro 3. This socket AM3 Plus micro ATX board features the AMD 970 SB950 chipset. We've got support for up to 64 gigs of dual channel DDR3 2400 memory, 2 PCI Express slots, 6 SATA ports, 2 USB 3.0, 6 USB 2.0, as well as 3 onboard fan connectors and 2 rather elusive PS2 connectors for those OG systems admins still clutching onto their vintage mechanicals. The audio is pretty standard with your Realtek ALC 892, but it does have ELNA audio caps, ASRock Super Alloy, and a sleek sapphire black PCB. ASRock has a slew of overclocking, software, and UEFI features I won't even begin to list off. Overall, a very stealthy, very good looking, solid built micro ATX board that will fit perfectly into this build. $51 can't be beat. For memory, let's grab a couple sticks of Team Dark DDR3 1600. This dual channel RAM has a cast latency of 9, and thanks to its beefy metal heatsinks will overclock with ease. It may pose a bit of a clearance issue with some coolers and board layouts, but in our build we can always just move RAM slots. For $62, it's solid memory at a solid price. To keep things cohesive, I've chosen a Team Dark L3 SSD for our storage. This will match our RAM and is a surprisingly good value. This 240GB NAND flash memory based SSD has both speed and longevity with its MLC controller, a feature found in much more expensive storage options. It's got nearly 75,000 IOPS, a 520 MB per second sequential read, trim support, wear leveling, garbage collection, you name it. For $60, you can grab a few more in the future for some good old-fashioned RAID action. Now we get down to the nitty gritty. Picking a GPU this time was rather difficult. A lot of really good options and prices are all over the place. I really wanted to use something we haven't seen before in one of these 420 builds, and it may be a little dated and a tad underpowered, but this time I had to go with the tried and true 750 Ti. This is a budget gaming classic and still has the muscle for 1080p. You can expect to play games like Overwatch at 60 frames per second with no issues. This is also not your normal 750 Ti. It's got a 30% boost in power delivery and is an excellent overclocker. You've got your standard 640 CUDA cores, 2 gigs of GDDR5 running on a 128-bit bus with a core clock of 1189 and a boost of around 1268. But trust me, you can easily take that to 1350 or 1400. This card is also a lot bigger than a normal 750, coming in at 9.5 by 4.3 inches with a dual slot width. The ACX fans are gorgeous and the cooler is beefy and more than adequate. If you want to grab a 7 series NVIDIA GPU, EVGA is certainly the way to go. $89 for a decent 1080p experience, who can complain? On we go to our case. So many options when you're building a micro ATX build, they're nearly endless. This time though, I wanted to stay away from anything too tiny and leave lots of room for upgrading to a 480 or a 1070 in the future. So let's go with the Thermaltake V3. Weighing in at about 10 pounds and measuring 18 by 7 by 16 inches, this is a medium-sized, well-built ATX case. This baby has all the features we need with a bottom-mounted PSU, 7 expansion slots, and plenty of room for our GPU. It includes a 120mm turbo exhaust fan, a built-in filter to keep dust away, and is all black coated and stylish. The blue LED fan may not be your thing, but you can always swap it to make this thing more stealthy. For $23, it's a lot of case. To finish off our entry-level gaming build, we need a power supply. To match our GPU and keep this rig running smooth, I've chosen the EVGA 500W1. This is a 80+ certified power supply with up to 40 amps and 480 watts on its single 12-volt rail. We've got a total of 6 SATA power connectors and 2 8-pin PCI Express connectors. It may not be modular, but combined all the features with a 3-year warranty and a price tag of $24, and I'm sold. That brings our grand total to just over $400. Alright guys, I tried to keep this one short and sweet. The system is a great option if you just want to dip your toes in the waters of PC gaming and you're not quite ready to take that plunge. With a Firestrike score of over 4,000, it's a very capable machine at 1080p and will rival any console at this price. Anyway, thanks for watching, hope you liked it, and as always, I'll see you next time.